Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into something wild, something that might just make you question everything you thought you knew about the people around you. Have you ever locked eyes with someone and felt nothing? Like there's this eerie void, an emptiness that you can't quite explain. What if I told you that over 80 years ago, the legendary Brazilian medium Chico Xavier dropped a bombshell that still shakes us to this day? Not everyone has a soul. Yeah, you heard that right. And before you click away, stick with me, because this isn't just some spooky theory. It might explain a lot about the chaos we see in the world today. So, let's unpack this, explore some mind-blowing connections, and maybe even figure out how to protect ourselves from those who feel off. Drop a comment below if you've ever felt that weird vibe from someone. And let's get into it. Alright, so picture this. You're out in the world, and you meet someone who just seems cold, like they're missing that spark of empathy or compassion. They might smile, they might talk the talk, but something's not right. Chico Xavier, one of the most famous spiritual figures in Brazil, claimed that some people are walking around without a soul, or at least without a fully connected one. Now, this isn't about labeling people as monsters. It is about asking, could some folks be so disconnected from their spiritual essence that they are basically running on autopilot? Think about it. People who act without remorse, who seem incapable of caring about others. We see it all the time, right? From cutthroat corporate types to those true crime stories that make your skin crawl. Is this just psychology, like sociopathy, or is there something deeper, something spiritual at play? Let's break it down. According to the Spiritist doctrine, which Chico Xavier championed, the soul isn't just some vague idea, it's the living, breathing core of who we are. It's what makes your eyes light up when you talk about your dreams, what gives you that gut feeling when something's wrong. It's why you feel connected to certain people, like your soul saying, "Hey, I know you." But what if some people are temporarily cut off from that? Like their soul's on mute, and they're just going through the motions, driven by ego or basic instincts. Spiritism suggests that souls evolve over many lifetimes, and some might be so early in their journey or so bogged down by bad choices that they seem soulless in this life. Wild, right? Now here's where it gets even crazier. This idea isn't just some niche spiritual thing. Even exorcists from the Catholic Church, like Father Gabriele Amorth, noticed something similar. Amorth, who performed thousands of exorcisms, said some people were more vulnerable to dark influences because their spiritual connection was weak. He didn't call them soulless, but he described a kind of spiritual emptiness that left them open to negativity. So, we've got a Brazilian medium and a Catholic exorcist from totally different worlds, pointing to the same idea. Some people might be spiritually disconnected. Coincidence? I don't think so. But let's not stop there. Let's throw some science into the mix. Psychologists talk about personality disorders like psychopathy, where people lack empathy or guilt. Sound familiar? It's almost like science is describing the same soulless vibe, just in clinical terms. Carl Jung, the psychology legend, went even further. He believed we're all tapped into a collective unconscious, a shared pool of human experience. But what if some people are cut off from that, like their soul's antenna is broken? Jung also said our dreams, those vivid, sometimes prophetic ones, connect us to our deeper selves. Ever notice how some people say they never dream? Could that be a clue they're out of sync with their soul? Okay, let's get philosophical for a second. Thinkers like Aristotle and Kant argued that the soul is what makes us human. It is our ability to feel for others, to live by values bigger than ourselves. When someone treats people like objects, ignoring their pain, it's like they're missing that soul-driven spark. Nietzsche warned about the last man, someone who lives for nothing but comfort, with no awe or purpose. Sound like anyone you know? In a world obsessed with materialism and selfies, maybe we're all at risk of drifting toward that emptiness. But here's the flip side, And this is important. Calling someone soulless can be a slippery slope. History shows us how dangerous it is to label people as less than human. It's how atrocities start. Think of any regime that dehumanized groups to justify cruelty. Even Father Amorth, despite seeing some dark stuff, insisted everyone has a soul worth saving. The Spiritist view agrees. No one is truly without a soul. Some are just so buried under trauma, bad choices, or societal pressures that their divine spark is dimmed. Epigenetics backs this up. Trauma can change how genes express themselves, affecting behavior for generations. Maybe what looks soulless is just a soul struggling to shine through. So, what's the deal with evil then? Are these soulless people the source of it? Philosophers say evil isn't a thing on its own. It's the absence of good, like darkness is the absence of light. When someone acts cruelly, it's not because they're inherently bad, it's because they're disconnected from their soul's light. Hannah Arendt's banality of evil idea fits here. Normal people can do awful things when they caught up in shallow, thoughtless systems. In today's world, with all its noise and division, it's easy to see how people get sucked into that. Social media, consumerism, constant comparison, it's like a recipe for spiritual disconnection. Now let's talk protection, because if there are people out there radiating this empty vibe, you don't want it draining you. Chico Xavier practiced a daily ritual to shield his energy, and I'm spilling the details. It's simple but powerful. Every morning, he'd spend a few minutes in quiet meditation, visualizing a white light surrounding him, blocking out negativity. He'd also pray, not just for himself, but for everyone, even those who seemed lost. The idea, sending out love and compassion, strengthens your spiritual armor. Try it for a week and see how it feels. Oh, and pro tip, pay attention to your dreams. If you're getting vivid ones or even nightmares, it might be your soul nudging you to stay connected. So, here's the big question. What if Chico Xavier's warning wasn't about pointing fingers, but about waking us up? In a world that's increasingly materialistic, where wars, inequality, and environmental destruction scream something's wrong, maybe the real issue is that too many of us are spiritually asleep. The good news? We can change that. Start small, 5 minutes a day to meditate, journal, or just sit quietly and listen to your inner voice. Notice how you feel around certain people. Do they lift you up or drain you? Your intuition is your soul's GPS. All right, let's wrap this up. Chico Xavier's claim about soulless people isn't about judging others. It is a call to nurture our own spiritual connection. Every tradition, from Spiritism to Buddhism to Christianity, says we all carry a divine spark. The challenge is keeping it lit in a world that's trying to dim it. So what's your next step? Are you going to keep scrolling through life on autopilot, or are you ready to wake up your soul? Let me know in the comments what's one thing you were going to do today to reconnect with your spiritual side. And if this video hit you, smash that like button, share it with someone who needs to hear this, and subscribe for more deep dives into the mysteries of existence. Next week, we're exploring practical spiritual protection techniques that can totally shift your energy. Trust me, you won't want to miss it. Until then, keep shining, keep questioning, and stay connected to that spark inside you. See you soon.